Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. I've been trying to give you some what you'd call tips and techniques and things along the way. Today, I've been working on a song this week I really, really love. It's by an artist named Mahogany Raye. Incredible stuff. It doesn't sound like anything I've mixed before, and it was a bit of a challenge to keep it what it was, but enhance a little bit. And the producer is Josh Head, gifted producer that I've worked with before. Mahogany Raye, R-A-Y-E. Check her out on YouTube. And so I'm going to play a little piece of this song. It's very non-traditional.
I'm broke like shattered glass. Didn't know the man I had would take our love. Paralyzed, dark tears fall from my eyes. Deception ruled him, destroyed our lives. Mr. Gambling Man, you need to understand. You lose some, you win.
The shakers are composed of 2 stereo tracks of shakers. Josh gave me a track of rain sound. Didn't quite know what to do with it. So let me play the rain sound. I didn't know what to do with that, so I thought, man, the shakers are pretty important. So here's the 2 shakers. Here's 1 shaker sound. Second shaker. Nice stereo image. So what I did was I hipped up the rain sound. I sidechained it. So now the shaker is controlling the rain sound. So every time you see the amount dip, that's taking the rain down that amount. Anyway, I thought that was cool. So now another thing I thought was interesting was I wanted to get a really defined middle. I've shown you this before, but I've never quite done it this way. On the music, I put this new plug-in, Saturator. You notice how it's nice and wide. So I'm taking some of the middle out. So here's without it. After. We're moving through this pretty quick because some of these things I've shown you, but I'm just showing you in a new context so that you can kind of get a feel for how to solve problems. Let's think of it that way. Let's take a look at the bass. The bass was giving me a little more of a challenge. It had a couple of frequencies that I had to address. Here's the bass track. Now you notice this is an automation move on the bass track. That automation move is this plug in here. So let's check it out. That automation move gives me a little bit more of this frequency. So you can tell I'm adding a little more tack, I'm being a little more aggressive. Now that part of the song is the chorus. And then once I brought it into the chorus, I felt it sounded good in the second verse. Another problem I had to deal with, this is a new UAD compressor. I put this across the bass. And then I added a little bit of 46 cycles. UAD plug-in, VOG. It just adds a little bit of sub, which I liked. And then our automated EQ. So let's listen to it with all these things off. Back on. Okay, now you'll say, oh, Dave, that sounds pretty good. Well, I had to pull out a little bit of 100 selectively with our old buddy, because I liked it in some spots, but it just kept peaking on me a little bit. And then another compression. And then I very rarely use peaks this sharp, but I kind of had to in this case. So let me play it without these guys. To me, it sounded better soloed when I did that, but I like this better inside the track. And then because I was thinking non-traditional, he gave me a flute part. I thought, man, what the heck am I going to do with that? So here's the flute part he gave me. But in this part of the song, Mahogany wanted it to be a little eerie. So what I did to it was I kind of messed it up a little bit. And then I recorded it, but let me play it to you solo. Now that was eating up a lot of processing, so I printed that track, and when I printed it, I noticed it was a little off balance, so all I did was raise the right side a little bit, and then I put my old buddy Dr. MS on it, and so what I ended up using in the song was... So let me show you the plugins I used. I used a preset on Isotope Spectrum that I really liked, gave it kind of that little haunting thing. I'm using sharp high and low pass filters to create that little notch. Then I'm using the Pan Man, and then once I printed that, it goes down to here and it does something else. So now let me show you what it's doing in the track. This part of the song is supposed to be kind of haunting. So you see how it kind of contributes to the vibe of the song. And then one last thing, everybody keeps coming on the show talking about spring reverb. So I had not used them in quite a while. So I thought, man, you know, this would be the perfect song because it's got a real cool spirit to it, kind of like some of the records some of the guys on the show have been talking about. So here's the vocal, soloed.
I'm broke like shattered glaze. Didn't know the man I had.
So I took TL Space and I loaded up a spring reverb, tweaked a little bit. Look there, put it in mono, and let me A/B it for you. This is without it.
I'm broke like shattered glaze.
And this is with it.
I'm broke like shattered glaze. Didn't know the man I had.
Man, there's something to this mono spring reverb thing. I hope you guys are experimenting with that. And let me know if you want me to go into detail on any of these things. Go back and listen to the whole, all of it glued together and see what you think. Okay? All right.
He left me paralyzed. Dark tears fall from my eyes. Deception.